Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am doing layout 4 for Mini Kit Mondays, October 2018. When I had first put my kit together, I had pulled out this little banner die. I got it when I got that little diamond press and I really wanted to use it. So I preemptively, before I did the video, cut out all of these little banner shapes and I did put them in little stacks there up at the top. You can see by color. I am just going to put down a couple strips of tape, and at the bottom I'm going to layer up 3 layers of the banners, and at the top I'm going to layer up 2 layers of the banners. Now this did take quite some time. When I put all the video into my software, it was like 2 hours long, so it did take a while, and that did not include the cutting of the banner shapes through the die, or through my manual die cutting machine. I had company in town, so when I did have a minute, like I get up early, and you know, not everybody does, I would come in here and just cut some of these banners out. So I was kind of like working on it throughout the course of a week. Now you can see up there at the top right hand side of the screen, I do have a sketch up there. That is a sketch that I made. Actually, my layout came out much better than I had anticipated. I really love this one. I used light color, so it's very airy, and I am going to use some butterfly embellishments that kind of make it look a little floaty. I love that look. This paper right here, there's a lot of dark colors in it, and I didn't want those, so I am just cutting out the strips of the light pink. I believe I cut out 4 of them. I am only going to use 3 of the strips though. I cut out these 2 together, and I will go back and cut those apart. So I am going to do 1 strip of this up there at the top, and I'm going to do 2 strips over the top of the bottom banners. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to end up pulling out some wood grain paper. It's the same wood grain paper I used to cut some of the banners with. I think it is from Simple Stories, so there's some bright colors on it. See right there? I do not want the bright colors to show. So part of the banners that I used to cover is going to cover that up. That did not completely get me out of the woods with it. What I end up doing is backing my photo with my photos with another paper that is also found in the banners. It is white with some gray florals in it, and I'm going to bump that all the way up to the left hand side just to cover up all those bright colors. I did not want bright colors. Like I said, it was bright or light, not bright, light and airy is what I was going for. And I went ahead and stuck with my original plan by covering up those bright colors. Okay, so like I said, this is layout 4 for Mini Kit Mondays, October 2018. Please make sure you go check out Traci, Daisy, Kathy, Dollie, and JoJo. Daisy isn't participating this month, but I'm still going to link her down below. She will come back and work with us again in the future. So I'm just going to keep her link down below because we love her, right? Yay. So go check out all those ladies linked below. You can see right here, I initially was like, okay, well maybe I could just scooch my photos all the way over to the edge, and I did not like that. That's what I'm playing around with right here. And then I'm going to end up pulling out some pieces of that wood grain, seeing if I could layer the wood grain over the bright colors, and maybe that would work. That didn't work because I could tell they were pieces of paper on top of a piece of paper. I didn't like it. I am trying to get this straight. I fight with this quite a bit. It's embarrassingly a long time I fought with getting this piece straight. This month I was able to get an extra layout done. This is going to go up on a Monday, but my extra layout for Mini Kit Mondays I'm going to go ahead and put up on Wednesday. I can probably still do a couple more layouts with what I have left, but I'm not going to. I'm done looking at it, and also it is so late in the month. We really need to start getting ready for November. I have not pulled November's kit together yet at all. Haven't even really thought about it. So I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and commit to my strips of paper down here at the bottom and also at the top. I will pull out my sewing machine and do some zigzag stitch. Now, I only do the zigzag stitch at the top. This was during the time, I think I mentioned it before. Man, that sewing machine, it was giving me a run for my money. It was not behaving. So I did do that one strip at the top, and then I was like, oh no, and I just put it away. I couldn't mess with it again at the bottom, but I do later fix it, and I have used it since. But on this layout, there's just that one little bit of sewing. You know how I've said in the past that every year I buy myself a Christmas present? This year, I am thinking about getting myself a scrap rack. I have talked to one of our YouTube friends. She watches a lot of YouTube, like a lot of us does, or a lot of us do. And she sent me some photos of hers, and I thought it was really, really cool. And I'm thinking about doing that. So if anybody wants to weigh in on that, if they think it's a good idea, bad idea, how they choose to organize instead of using a scrap rack. I haven't tried it. I just think it would be fun. I really like the concept. So that's what I'm thinking about doing for myself for Christmas this year. So you can see right here is where I pulled out that white paper that has the gray floral on it. I am going to go ahead and mat these photos with it. Now the right and left hand sides of the photos will have more of that pattern paper showing than the top and the bottom. Right here I left it pretty big, and I'm going to go back and trim that off a little bit at the top and the bottom of the paper of the photo mat. I kind of wanted the sides to be a little bit bigger so that it could cover up those bright florals, right? And I for some reason when I was bumping these photos up all the way to the edge, I didn't like it. So I wanted there to be a little bit of space right there. I am going to pull out this piece of paper here. This is by Amy Tan. It was in the kit. And I'm going to use that journaling card right there that says About Us. That's what I am working my way to trimming off. I am going to trim off the About Us part, and I'm just going to use this as a journaling block. Now, I still have not done my journaling. Even now, as I'm doing this recording, I have not done my journaling. Originally, with the pattern paper, this was turned on its side, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it the other way. Now, down at the bottom of that journaling card, there's not lines, but that's probably not going to cause me any problems. It'll be fine. I pulled out these butterflies. Now, these butterflies are very interesting. I had went to Tuesday morning and I bought a stamp by Richard Gray. It's called Origami Butterflies, I believe. And what I'm going to do is I stamp it once on white, once on a pink, once on a teal color, aqua teal color, and once on a multicolor pattern paper, and then I fussy cut them. All these butterflies are actually paper pieced together. It is a stamp, but it is also paper pieced. I cut all the stamped images apart and then glued them down with multiple colors on one stamp, and then I die cut them out. When I glued them down, I glued them on the white, and then I die cut them out because the stamp did come with the die cut. Right here I cut a strip off of that wood grain. I'm going to turn it into a banner, and I'm putting 3 weeks on it because these are photos of Riley and they were when she turned 3 weeks. So I'm going to cut that into a banner. It's going to go up at the top. You can see on the sketch where I said this is where I want the title to go. And that's where I put the title. I specifically did these sketches to work with the photos that I was using this month, and I knew I had this, and I also knew that the stickers the alpha stickers I was pulling in were small. That's why my title is so small. It is going to sit right up here at the top. I am going to put a little butterfly up there as well to kind of anchor it down. Like that. Okay, now in my kit, I had some sequins, but they weren't the kind I wanted. So I do go into my stash and pull out some of these iridescent sequins. These are ones I like to use for Christmas time. I don't know if you remember that layout I did last year with the Christmas trees. It was like Christmas twinning or something like that. These are those sequins. They're very old. I don't know where they come from, but those are the ones I use. So depending on how you're looking at this sequence, sometimes they look pink, sometimes they look purple, sometimes they look blue. They're really cool. They're like iridescent. So I'm going to scatter those around the page, and I do put them down with some mini Zots, and they stick pretty good with that. I did end up buying like a 4-pack of those or something off of Amazon. So I have plenty to last. Each pack comes with 325 of them. Here I'm showing you the stamp I used, and here is what the butterflies look like up close. You can see where I paper pieced them. I stamped them out with that watering can, archival ink watering can in a gray. And so I did keep the lines in between each of the segments. Here I pull out the Heidi Swap Color Shine and Blush, and I give that a splatter around the page. After I do that, guys, I don't do anything else to this layout. I do have a couple mishaps with my splattering. This happens to me quite a bit, but I do love the look of splattering. I just cannot get away from it. I'm going through that little phase, I guess, where I have to have it on everything. So I do have a couple mishaps, so I do have to pull out just a couple more of the iridescent sequins to cover up where those were. There's one down there and there was one up at the top. I do add a little extra splatters, only they're not splatters. I actually touched the wand to the page so they could go exactly where I wanted them to, like that. Alright guys, after I do that, I don't do anything else to this layout. Please make sure you go check out Traci, Daisy, Kathy, Dollie, and JoJo, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.